Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your guys over here at MLK Squared. I'm MLK Jr.
I'm MLK Senior. How y'all doing?
And today we got the Cal ACC deep dive here. The California Golden Bears. And tradition is tradition. What do you got for us, Pops?
Well, this Cal team, especially last year, led by freshman quarterback, um, I'm going to say JKS. I don't want to butcher his name, so I don't want to disrespect him like that.
Me
But
too, me too.
I'm just going to say JKS. That's what a lot of people call him. That I've been doing the research and stuff. Everybody's like, I'm just going to call him JKS. So that's what I'm going to do. Um, and their head coach is Tosh Lapoy. They went 7-6 last year, and this team was they were an absolute roller coaster. Like you were just like, man, they were hitting the floor running, then they were up, and then you're like, how they lose that game? And you're like, I can't believe they won that game. How they lose that game? They were literally up and down all year long. Now they do return 70% of production that they produced last year. 70% of that they do have coming back with the guys that are returning and the people they're bringing in. So, which is pretty good, but in most accounts
Which is a
across college
it's a
football.
great number for
Yeah.
them.
So they should be good there. Um, you got the wide receiver Ian Strong, running back Adam Muhammad, and wide receivers Chase Hendricks. Those guys should all be good. I think offensively, this team is actually going to be pretty sound. We'll see what they can do defensively, and if their defense can and do some things and stay consistent. I mean, I don't know about winning the conference, but they should be able to have a pretty strong year. Their schedule at the end of the year
Pretty light.
pretty light. I mean, they do play SMU.
SMU NC State's a tough back to back in
Yeah, and
those later weeks in October.
their last three are definitely very winnable games, and probably most part probably should win. But they start off running. They open the season up with UCLA, and I'm telling you, if you like college football, you're just a fan. I'm
I would
telling
advise you to
you,
stay up and watch that
I
one.
wish they haven't watched that game.
Unless you're on the West Coast, you'll just see it at
You'll see it
7:30.
7. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Uh, but I would definitely encourage people to stay and watch that game. It's going to be an interesting game. I think Nico is going to have a good year for UCLA. This guy is a rising. He's a sophomore now, but people rave about this quarterback, and
He's a
so
great, solid
he's a
quarterback.
solid
How about that?
quarterback, and almost surprised honestly that he's still there because usually Cal having that they had a 7-6 season. Usually bigger schools or different schools are like, yeah, I'm gonna go take this guy, I'm gonna take that guy. So commend him for staying there and seeing it out. So that's kind of cool. And so we'll see what he can do and see if he can make another step this season. But I mean, they have an opportunity to have a good year, but they've got to get this defense settled. And I think their offense is going to be okay, but we got to see what they're going to do on defense and see if they can get some consistency because that's what they need. They didn't have it last year.
Completely good. They
No,
absolutely did not have that
no,
last year.
no.
As I jump in here, talk about 7-6 season, 4-4 in ACC play last year. Um, just a very mid-year for them. They were the definition of an up and down team, like Pop said. JKS, 3,500 yards, 64% of his passes completed, 18 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Saw it as a true freshman. He was up there. He was up there with the top tier freshman quarterbacks like Bachmeier and definitely him as well. Is definitely up there as freshman quarterbacks. They returned a good bit of veterans that may get playing time, and if they don't, they're good presences in the locker room. I have wide receiver Mark Hampter. He was not a projected starter, but had to mention his name. He's a good guy for the locker room for sure. Mason Minnie, which as we looked at the stats, he actually threw a pass last year. I didn't know that until we looked at some stats. He is going to be a projected starter at the tight end position for him. They have some offensive line depth and some starters. Bastane Sweeney, who's a senior, and Frederick Williams, who is a junior, both projected starters on the O-line, which, in my opinion, if you talk about their offense, that was probably their biggest problem, the offensive line. And they got some people there, and we'll talk more about that in their transfers. And defensive tackle Derek Wilkins, who's a great stabilizer on the D-line, as I put in my notes. Their transfer class. New wide receiver room. Dad mentioned 2 of them. One of them is my breakout player. You got Cooper Perry from Oregon, who we did not mention. He's a projected starter, looking to be pretty good here at California. About said Colorado. That had been embarrassing. And wide receiver Chase Hendricks from Ohio University. No, not Ohio State. Ohio Bobcats.
Go Bobcats.
Go Bobcats. He was all MAC last season. Had a great year for them. Pretty solid. Their running back, Adam Muhammad, which Dad mentioned as well, transfer running back from Washington, should have an immediate impact and really add more stability to the running back room, which was also a really weak point last year. The running game was not good. We'll talk more about that later. Got a lot of depth on the O-line, which I just talked about was a huge problem for them. As I was looking through the transfers, they had like 5, 6 different O-linemen transfer in there, and they need that depth. Every team needs O-line depth. You cannot go wrong with a lot of offensive linemen.
Nope.
Cornerback Ricky Fletcher. He's an athletic corner with NFL talent tools. Good frame, very athletic, bats the ball down, gets picks, keeps eyes on the ball. He's just a great overall corner. So I think he's going to be a lot better for him this season. I think that's going to help them a lot. Defensive tackle, Jericho Johnson, absolute humongous man on the defensive line. Y'all ready for this? He is a 345-pound defensive tackle.
Wow.
He is an absolute beast, and he's going to clog up that A or B gap. Both.
Maybe both.
He is going to help the defensive running game a lot. As long as he shows some athletic ability and being able to really stop those running backs. He's going to need 2 blockers on him at all times, and that will really help the D-line. My breakout player, as Pops talked about him a tad bit, he just talked about how he's on the team. Ian Strong out of Rutgers is my breakout player this season. He is the most dangerous quarterback they have, as they talked about from their sources, from their camp, all the people that watch their camps that are allowed to go, of course. Let's see. He joins a pass-first offense with a young rising QB in JKS, who is going to get better every season he is here. He already threw 3,500 yards last year, and he's going to be a clear, very key player for him, and he's going to get a lot of targets in this offense, in this pass-first offense, and I think he's going to have a tremendous season. I liked him at Rutgers, too. If I'm a Rutgers lover for some reason. I don't know why, to be honest.
It's weird.
Key questions. Can the defense gel fast enough with a high-volume passing attack? What I'm asking is, can they get enough stops and give the offense enough rest for them in that high-passing offense? Because you can score on the very first play of a high-passing offense. They lost their top 6 tacklers from last season. They have a new defensive coordinator. They have a lot of portal guys at linebacker, defensive back, edge, and their SP Plus, which is their adjusted efficiency rating that they measure in college football. It takes in how many snaps each guy has taken in their career, the amount of talent they've gotten in the portal and returning, the coaching staff, the different schemes they run. And according to the SP Plus metric, their defense is ranked number 62 nationally. So can this defense actually gel well and get them out of 30-plus point games and not have those high-octane offense games like they had to compete in last year? Next one. Will JKS and the O-line have a functional, balanced offense? Can the O-line protect JKS? I think so, because they brought in like 400 new offensive linemen. So theoretically, they should be better. JKS was 5-0 when he threw 2+ touchdowns, and he was 2-6 when he did not. Their run game was historically awful last year. They averaged 81.7 rushing yards per game, which was second fewest in the entire country. They had 2.8 yards per carry, which is abysmal, and allowed too many tackles for losses. It was just ridiculous how many they allowed. It was awful. Awful year historically running the ball, and that just goes straight to the O-line. Getting Muhammad and a whole new offensive line, can they get around those 15 carries, 20 carries, 110, 120-yard performances? Around that mark, if they can do that in the offensive game, they are going to be horrifying through the air. Can they stop it with the penalties, allowing too much pressure, and getting more takeaways this season? They were, I think, like the worst in the country when it came to penalties. They had 101 total penalties all year. That is, triple-digit penalties is insane.
Yeah, wow.
It shows the reason why you're 7-6 when you have that many penalties. They were flagged 8+ times in 11 of their games. 8+. That is absolutely unacceptable for them.
Gonna get you.
They were 100th in sacks and 102nd in tackles for loss. You have to get those numbers up. You're way below average. Yeah, if they just reach average, they were probably a 10-win team, to be honest, because that offense was their offense, and their offense this year it should be ridiculous. 6-1 with at least one interception, and they were 0-3 when they were not. Which, Maddox, if you get turnovers, you win, yes. But if you create high-volume turnovers, because turnovers, it also depends where you get them on the field. If you get them in your own territory on a 4th down, it doesn't really matter as much.
Right.
But if you get them and they're on their own 20 and you get a pick, that's huge field position. That's net 80 yards for you, just automatically. So as they got an overhaul in the DB room, as I talked about, if they can gel and produce more turnovers, way more than they had last year, this team will do great things this season, and I expect them. They can win. They can have a double-digit win season if they really.
Wow.
The UCLA California game is going to be one of the best Week 1 games. I am ecstatic for that one.
It's gonna be a good game.
2 great quarterbacks trying to prove stuff. I can't wait for that one.
It's at the Rose Bowl.
No, it's not. It's at California.
That helps.
So that does help them.
Yeah.
Syracuse, Wagner, Clemson, UNLV, Virginia Tech, Wake Forest. Wow, they have a chance to be undefeated going into SMU. And SMU, NC State, that's a tough back-to-back right there. But then Virginia, Stanford, Pittsburgh. This team can win 10 games. 9 to 10 games is the ceiling I have for this team. They could have 11 wins, beat NC State. So this team has a chance to compete in the ACC and compete for a playoff spot.
Oh, and to tell you, hold up, I got it right here. Where is that? What's the date? September 5th. I know I have it here. I thought I did. I thought I had it. The spread on the UCLA game.
The spread on the UCLA Cal game?
Yeah. They have a lot of this stuff out already.
Oh, yeah, they definitely do.
Yeah.
I can actually look that up.
Oh, no.
Wait, Dad has it?
I do have it.
Dad does have it.
I do have it. It's over here.
What you got?
It is.
Let's see.
September 5th.
That's the 4th. That's the 5th. It's not there. Still not there. That's still September 5th. Guess what, y'all? It's still not there. September 5th.
There it is.
There it is. It is -1.5 going to California.
Yeah.
Over under is 54.5.
Yeah,
They're projecting this to be a very close game.
very close game.
And I think it will be a very close game. I think it's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that one.
Told you I had it.
It took them only a minute. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. We're going to continue the ACC deep dives. Videos coming out every day until college football season. I'm MLK Jr.
I'm the old man.
See ya.
Bye.
Like and subscribe.